Hey y'all, today's May 18th and I'm going to get into some different things that God has been leading to me about weather conditions. And if that weather is something we're going to experience now or later, I don't know. I just know that God keeps leading me to it. So I did the one already about rain, and this one I was gonna put both the summer and winter things together, but I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter because last video it took forever to upload, so I'm just trying to do these random weather videos real short so I can at least get them uploaded. A while back, I did a video, like a 4-part about Jeremiah, and God has been leading me back to a particular verse in Jeremiah 4. It is verses 11 and 12. And the verse reads, "At that time, this people and Jerusalem will be told, a scorching wind from the barren heights in the desert blows toward my people, but not to winnow or to cleanse, a wind too strong that comes from me. Now I pronounce my judgments against them." So the part that says a scorching wind, so hot. And I shared in that video that I had heard the phrase, the heat will be hazardous to your health. Now, when I gave that message, I did not anticipate to continue to get things about heat. So I had been led to open this book right here. It's from my Abeka homeschool, and I had already heard in my sleep, "Summer is coming," like a play from the Game of Thrones phrase, "winter is coming," which God brought me that too, because the next video I will talk about winter things. But I opened up this book, and it's these people, whatever. Right here it says summer was coming. So I heard it in my sleep, summer is coming, but also in this book. And God kept leading me to this part on my Pop-Tart box that I have from the kids. Yes, I cut it out so I could show it, but I could not stop looking at this. It says, "If you can't stand the heat, get out of the toaster." So more stuff about heat. Then I was led to a BTS short video that my sister had showed me on her Instagram, where it was BTS and Megan Thee Stallion had done a performance. But as they're walking away, RM asks her, "How is she doing?" or whatever, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna have more than a hot girl summer, I'm gonna have a hot girl year." So that phrase, hot girl summer. And I was also led to a song, I woke up singing it, which is not a song I normally sing or even listen to. It's by Katy Perry. It's called "California Girls." That song is just old. That's why I don't listen to it, and whatever. But the part that came in my head was, "So hot will melt your popsicle." And then I saw some YouTube shorts about skin cancer and girls who were, getting skin cancer at a young age from the sun and also from the tanning. Someone at my church mentioned their family member was going to have to endure some procedure to cut out some skin cancer. And also I have a family member who also recently had some skin cancer taken out on their neck. And then I kept being led to boats and bananas, and you guys, it took me forever to put that together. I felt so dumb, but banana boat, it's sunscreen. And even to further push sunscreen, that you're gonna need sunscreen, is I went for a walk, and it was one of the days that I woke up this week late, but I wasn't gonna give up on going on my walk. And it was about 11:30. It was not hot yet, but I started walking, and then probably when I got through my first cycle that I would pass by where my house is, I was like, I'm going inside, because I already could feel that my cheeks were red here. I already have rosacea, so add sunburn to that. And then on the next day, my husband was doing some stuff outside, and he came in and he was like, "Oh man, I need sunscreen." And so it was just more stuff about sunscreen. There's another verse from that Katy Perry song where it talks about sun-kissed skin, and my husband had brought up an old story from when my oldest two were little. So my oldest two are one's 22 and one's about to be 20, but he brought up a story from when they were like 5 and 6 years old, when they came. We had lived in Wisconsin for a little while because my husband was on recruiting duty from the Army, and my two oldest kids came back to Texas to visit my parents. And so when my parents brought them back to Wisconsin, they were so tan. So my husband was like, do you remember when those two came home and they were like brown? Well, we have, I know a lot of Korean people now, this is sidetrack, the beauty standard is pale skin, but naturally my mom was already darker skin, so a darker skin runs in my family, and they just came back super brown. I mean, they were so brown from being outside and tanning so much that I was like, my kids, they look so cute. And I miss Texas weather, because in Wisconsin we didn't tan like that. It was so cold, way more than I expected. Then again, I got brought back to that part where it says the heat will be hazardous to your health. Also, I was telling a story about sports, but out of nowhere I talked about when I put my youngest daughter in soccer, and she only went to one practice because it was summer soccer and it was so hot that it actually made her cry. And so we were just like, no, it's too hot, we're not going to have her do soccer, we'll sign her up for winter soccer. And then I had a dream, and this is just part of the dream, where I was at my sister's house, and I don't remember what was going on, but I said something like, well, I'm just gonna stay here for a little while because my AC is not working. And then lately God's been bringing my attention to water bottles, and this led me to two dreams he wanted me to remember to talk about. In part of a dream, I opened up the refrigerator to grab a water bottle, but it wasn't cold. Even though the fridge was on, it was working so much, but it was not cooling off the water. But I had thought that it had just been put in, so maybe it just wasn't cold yet. But no matter what water bottle I was grabbing in that refrigerator, they were not cold. So I had to drink lukewarm water, which I really don't like. I prefer ice water. So God's just getting me ready that I'm gonna have to start drinking water during whenever this is, that's not gonna be ice cold. Then another dream, it was at nighttime, and I was getting out of a car. So this dream was about something totally different, but this one specific thing, God was like, this goes with this. And I was like, okay. So when I get out of my car at night, a water bottle, like I kick it, I guess it was in the floorboard of the passenger side. And so when my foot hit it, it came out of the car, but the bottle cap, oh, that's why bottle cap. Sorry. I was walking and I dropped my bottle cap on the floor, and when I picked it up, it just gave me this big deja vu moment. And then yesterday my daughter was walking and she dropped the bottle cap off something else. So anyways, that's just me having a aha moment. But in the dream, the bottle cap got off of the water bottle, and when I looked down, even though it was nighttime, the water that spilled out of the water bottle completely evaporated because it was so hot. Even at night, it hit the road and the water just, I could see the steam from the water evaporate. So that was those two dreams about warm water and water bottles and the whole evaporation of the water. Then I saw a YouTube short that my sister showed me, and it is a video of when a meteorologist was kind of joking, and he said, everyone in McKinney is dead. You can look it up on YouTube. It'll be like the first or second video that pops up. So in this video, there is a typo actually on the map where it talks about heat index. And for some reason over McKinney, they had put the heat index was 101,105. So he said, oh my gosh, everyone in McKinney is dead, because at temperatures that high, you would die. I mean, there's no way you could survive that heat. So even though it was a typo and a joke, God brought it to me to talk about the heat index. Now, this was cool because about 2 years ago, I have in my dream journal, because God was having me flip back through, I saw the name where I had heard it in my sleep, and I wrote Scott Castle. Okay, in real life, I knew somebody named Scott Castle way back when I was like 18, but I had no idea why this was in my dream. But really, I misheard what was said, because 2 days ago, something caught my attention on the TV, and what I heard was the phrase Scotty Castle. And as soon as I heard that, it grabbed my attention so much, and I started watching what this was. And it was a show of ghost adventures, okay? And you're thinking, why would God lead you to something that's ghost adventures, talking to ghosts or spirits or whatever? That's not the point of this. The point is, the phrase Scotty Castle got my attention. Scotty Castle is this castle that's in a desert that's supposedly haunted, whatever. But that place is located in Death Valley, California. Why is this important? Because in 2021, they reached a record heat of 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So more stuff about God leading to me about excess amount of heat, and to be prepared for a hot summer, just extensive amount of heat is all I can say. Because obviously if I put like summer's coming, well duh, that's the seasons, that's the summer that's coming next. But he's bringing it that it's going to be hotter than what we're expecting, hotter than what we're used to, hotter that it's going to be hazardous to our health. And I only have a little bit of stuff about tornadoes, so I'm just going to add that last bit in here. I got led back to the word whirlwind, which obviously is like a tornado, but that was in Jeremiah 4:13, where he talks about the clouds and the whirlwind. And then he keeps bringing me back to an old dream where I was in a beauty salon, and the whole side of the building was ripped off because a tornado had gone by. My husband was talking about a story where a tornado had lifted a car or whatever. He was sharing the story with the kids. We had some sirens go off, but we found out on the next day that it was actually an accident, someone who didn't mean to set off the tornado sirens. But that led me to have a conversation with my daughter about where is the safest place to be in the house if there's a tornado. Also talked about when a kid was in a tornado and they found him in the tree and he was completely safe. And also he brought me to Strong's Hebrew 1258, which means hail. And normally, not all the time, hail is usually accompanied with a tornado. And also that day that I gave the rain and floods video, I had come out here because that was the time that it was not raining, because I had said in that video that was raining. I had to wait to come out, and so I came out here and recorded that. When I went back inside, it started storming so much harder than it was originally, and then we actually got hail after that. So hail that was like about this big. My husband went outside and grabbed one. So God is just bringing me to abnormal weather conditions. So that's all the stuff I have about hail and tornadoes. I have more stuff obviously to talk about heat, and I will have another video when I talk about winter, because winter is coming. All right, thanks guys. Always find the light. Bye.